Hi, this is Julian for Production Expert. I'm really happy today because I'm playing with delay and I love delay. I've got some drums, some bass and some guitars, and to start off just with the drums, I'm going to bring a little bit of reverb just to loosen things up a little bit there. Valhalla vintage verb. Speaking of Valhalla, that's the delay we're going to be using. We'll bring in a bit of bass. And here's a guitar track. Very dry. But I'm going to use this Valhalla Delay, and the first control I want to talk about on here is the modes. Now, this is the most significant thing about Valhalla Delay. This does everything. I've used loads of delays. I haven't ever settled on one delay that I like, but this might be it. Changing modes completely changes the sounds of this delay, and you've got basically this many entirely different delays with entirely different personalities. I'm going to start off with this duck tape. This is a ducking delay. A dynamic delay effect. So the delay kind of gets pushed down and out of the way of the dry signal. That comes up just to fill the gaps. Now I've timed this by ear because I couldn't quite find a note value that kind of quite fitted what I wanted. And I'm using a straight ahead single delay. There's a few other styles that we can use, and by playing around with those, we can get some different results. But perhaps we'll go over to a slightly different sound altogether just by changing modes. All the values will persist where they exist in the other modes. So, for example, let's go straight to an ordinary tape effect without the ducking. A little bit crowded there. We could go to a bucket brigade. I love bucket brigade delay, so mungy and dirty. Much more indistinct. Or maybe just go for a straight digital delay. Let's go to present. Pull the filters out of the way and we'll get some really clean delays. So far, so good. Let's have a look at something slightly different. So I'm going to put that one out of the way and we'll come over into, we'll go straight into this one here. I've started off with the Bucket Brigade mode because I really like Bucket Brigade delays. Just some kind of picks guitars. Oh, and here we are. There's a lot going on in here. First thing I've done to change the personality is to change the mode. Like I say, Bucket Brigade, they're very poor delays, technically. The repeats don't sound that much like what went in, but that's kind of the point. But if we come out of there, go to digital. This is the most vanilla delay that we're going to get. Oh dear. First thing we can do is we can use the filters. So this is all a little bit bright. Darker repeats, okay. Something I really like in here is that it's not just a delay. We've got a diffusion engine in here. Now diffusion, it's similar to kind of the difference between like a tiled room and a rough stone room. It's how specular the reflections are that you're getting the repeats. And by bringing this diffusion amount up, you can make it sound a lot more like a reverb. It kind of bridges the sort of that area between reverb and delay, as opposed to clear, distinct delays. Or kind of cloudier. We've got different ages, past, present and future. Basically, past, a little bit worse performance, but in terms of delay, bad's good sometimes. A little bit of drive just to introduce some harmonics. Age is going to bring in artifacts, including noise. You can hear it there. And if we go to something like a tape delay, can you hear all that modulation? That's coming from wow and flutter. That's variations in tape speed that you get in a tape machine. Let's bring the wow right up, and you'll really hear it start to Flutter is much faster. Compared to a much slower modulation. I like the wow. Flutter's kind of nice. It puts a little kind of bit of nerviness onto it, which is kind of cool. Great. I was saying that you can kind of bridge the gap between delays and reverbs. Here's a really nice example. We're bringing this second guitar track. And here, in the hi-fi mode, this is like just kind of like a hi-fi tape machine being used as a delay. That sounds like reverb to me. Let's lose that other guitar, it's filling up too much space. Here's that guitar dry. Now, I haven't spoken about the different styles. We've got single repeat. You can use spread to introduce an offset on the repeats. Dual, stereo delay, different delay on each in each channel. Ratio is really interesting. You can offset one against the other by a proportion of the total delay, so they'll move together. If I change the delay time, the other channel will move with it. Not the case in dual delay, they're fixed. And lastly, we've got ping pong. Everybody loves ping pong delay. But on this one, we're just on the single. And that, I'd call that a kind of springy reverb. Anyway, that's Valhalla Delay. This is my go-to delay. I love it because it does everything. Don't forget about the mode control if you try it, because that's where the fun really is. Get some settings up and they'll persist when you change modes, and you can really explore the possibilities.